Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to my webinar on career pathways for high school students. I'm Mr. Ramil Estores, the current assistant to the president of Jack and Jill School of Castleton High, and I've been working in private educational institutions since 2010, and I conceptualized a career gauging program for my students last 2013 to prepare them for a successful career pathways. And I would say that it was successful because my students became confident about choosing their careers in college. And now I'm very excited to share with you about this program. And so before I start with my discussion, I'd like you to remind that you can write your questions on the comment section below. Before we get started, let's watch this video.
Today, we are gonna talk about preparing for life after high school, getting a job, finding a career, and earning a living. The question, of course, what does success look like? The Philippine workforce has changed a lot recently. Occupations in every industry now require a combination of both academic knowledge and technical skills. One without the other is no longer enough. Having both makes you more employable. Today, we want all high school students to graduate and ready for both college and careers. In the next few minutes, you'll understand how to match who you are with who you want to be, and ultimately how to get there.
Okay, so let's get the ball rolling by identifying the objectives of this webinar. After this webinar, we will be able to answer the following questions. First is, what is a career? Second is, what are the 4 skills needed to achieve a successful career? And third is, what are the 4 steps to help you position yourself for a successful career? So I'm gonna give you some introduction about how this career gauging program was initially implemented in basic education curriculum and during my time, right? So 4 years before the implementation of K-12 curriculum in the Philippines, I conceptualized a career gauging program for my students, specifically in 3rd year high school class. And with the help of my innovative co-teachers, we were able to conduct series of trainings and activities for our students before we send them to various businesses, private organizations, and government agencies. And during the 3rd day of job shadowing or apprenticeship program, as what we called it, our students were able to inquire, observe, and perform light tasks, and even research about the jobs of professionals they were shadowing. We use the term shadowing because it's actually an informal way for someone to learn what it's like to perform a particular job in a workplace. And after the program, we collected pertinent data from students' feedbacks, also professional rating scores, interviews, and fill-out manuals, as well as students' national career assessment examination scores for their career gauging plans. Meaning to say, the outputs of this program is their 10-year career gauging plans. So I could say that 90% of my students during the time became confident in choosing their careers in college because they pursued their career gauging plans. And this curriculum innovations have been one of the major features of K-12 curriculum in the Department of Education, Philippines. The job shadowing or apprenticeship program I implemented became the DepEd's work immersion now. So let's talk about what is a career first. Well, there's a lot of definitions about career. Now I'm just going to use Waynard 2001, I think. According to him, a career can be defined as a pattern of work experiences comprising the entire lifespan of a person and which is generally seen with regard to a number of phases or stages reflecting the transition from one stage of life to the next. So meaning to say there's a pattern of work experiences, meaning to say there could be some changes along the way. And it's in the entire lifespan of an individual, because we're going to consider also some of the factors affecting his decision of choosing a career. So, and according to this, there's a number of phases or stages reflecting the transition from one stage to the next. And also, similarly, Collin in 1998 explains that the term career arises from the interaction of individuals with organizations and society, meaning to say there's a contribution of this decision from organizations and society. So this interaction, as Vikas 2009 proposes, is no longer merely just a sequence of jobs, but it's now a story that working people build about themselves. There's some changes, there's some influences coming from the society, from organizations, from the people they belong. Okay, so meaning to say there could be some story behind it, why this person or individual chooses this kind of career. So the issue now, as Greenhouse 2003 explains, is that an individual who has, for example, shifted from teaching to public relations to real estate sales, still often thought to have merely pursued a series of jobs or perhaps 3 different careers. While there seems to be ambiguous views of what constitutes a career, Savikas 2009 states that the new look of careers is temporary, it's casual, it's contract, it's actually external, because there's a lot of external factors affecting the decision of one individual. And 2 of the commonalities emerging from these terms are, firstly, that the responsibility to manage a career now falls on the individual, not on the organization, not on the society, but on the individual himself. Secondly, all these terms describe a climate of constant change, meaning to say there could be some changes along the way. So the term career can therefore be defined as the sequence of interaction of individuals with society, with education, and organizations throughout their lifespan. So it's necessary, however, to emphasize that the majority of the responsibility now rests on the individual for their own career progression, which requires sustained employability. Okay? So many of us actually think that there's only one occupation that is best suited for us. Right? Before, we thought about, like, I want to be a doctor someday, and that's gonna be a fixed mindset, right? Because you just have to, choose one career for the entire lifespan or for your entire life. But this time, there are really several that may be good choices. The secret is to identify those occupations in which you have a high probability for success and also for happiness. So as a student, whether your career goals are accounting, theater arts, or environmental sciences, there are general skills which will be required regardless of the career. So as a student, there are skills whether your career goals are to achieve this accounting, theater arts, this skills, environmental sciences, the ability to read. There are general skills which will be required regardless of the career. So as a student, there are skills whether these skills are developed to achieve chart accounting and basic engineering. These skills, environmental sciences, grade 1 to read. There are general skills which will be required regardless of the career. So as a student, there are an ability to cope with ambiguity in a changing environment will enable you to overcome obstacles skills, whether these skills are developed to achieve chart counting and basic LRR, that's going to be environmental grade 1 to see our answers skills on our device webinar. That's what I think. So this time, let's really talk about what are the four changing environments will enable you to overcome obstacles. The skills is what the skills are developed chart counting and basic LRR, that's going to be grade 1 academic knowledge. Our analytical skills on our device webinar. That's what I think. So this time, in today's economic, what are the four changing environments will enable you to overcome higher education? The skills is well. The skills are also that charter high school course that's going to be employment. We have academic skills. Our analytical skills on our device webinar and higher education. And in today's economic, what are the four changing environments will enable you to overcome higher education? We are actually that however, employment beyond from academic our analytical skills and higher education. For example, employers often define or often are also commonly noted, like supposedly with more attention needed on areas such as data analysis and statistics, or reasoning and solving mathematical problems. Students must also be able to apply academic knowledge to authentic situations they may face in their careers. A skill that takes place or that takes practice and intentional instruction that may need to be tailored to a student's specific career goals. For example, preparing students to be nurses, they need to be able to calculate and apply ratios, proportions, rates, and percentages to determine drug dosages, right? While engineering students need to be able to apply geometrical principles to design and implement building plans. The second skill is what we call life skills. Okay, so what are life skills and why are they important? Well, life skills are the abilities and behaviors that help our students deal effectively with the events and challenges of everyday life. They are the skills that allow them to handle everything from interaction with others to identifying and processing your emotions. So any skill that is you think before they react or they take actions, and they're aware of their surroundings and themselves. So life skills are critical to management and leadership positions. The third skill is actually employability skills. Employability skills often been cited by employers as the skills most critical to workplace success in the 21st century economy. And these skills include, but are not limited to, critical thinking, adaptability, problem solving, oral and written communications, collaborations, and teamwork. Creativity, responsibility, professionalism, ethics, and technology use. These are some of the examples of employability skills. And students must be provided opportunities to gain these skills and to learn how to apply them to real-world